Hey, it's Leslie with Cruising with the Royal Fam, and this is an overview of our Royal Caribbean Excursion Monkeyland and Walking City Tour. We arrived to Porto Plata, Dominican Republic, early in the morning on the Adventure of the Seas. On our excursion tickets, it stated we needed to walk to the end of the port to meet our group. We walked about 300 feet or so to the end of the port where people were waiting with signs, gathering up all of the different people for all of the excursions going on that day through Royal Caribbean. We hung out in a somewhat shady spot for about 10 minutes until everyone was ready to move along. The excursion people gathered us all up and we walked in a line towards all of the vans and buses. The whole walk was only about 5 minutes, but it was April and you're close to the equator, so a lot of people were very uncomfortable just because of the heat. They aren't used to being outside. Now, Jason and I work outside in Florida. We weren't uncomfortable at all, but we did notice that some people were complaining about the heat. Take it from somebody who is outside in this sort of heat all day long, you really have to stay ahead of your hydration. So if you have an excursion like this in the extreme heat, make sure you drink a couple of glasses of water first thing in the morning and kind of keep up with it all day long. So take a look at the two different size vehicles right here. You have the smaller van, which will hold about 12 guests, I would say, and then you're gonna have these bigger tour buses that I would say hold probably give or take 50 people. So it took me a minute to understand when you're booking these excursions on Royal Caribbean's website and two excursions look exactly the same, but one's pricier than the other, it's the group size that's gonna vary. You're gonna get a smaller, more personalized experience whenever you pay a little bit more versus when you take that cheaper option, which is also fun, but you're just gonna be in the mix of a bigger group. So for Monkeyland, we felt like this tour size was perfect, but when we went to the Mayan ruins, the smaller tour was actually amazing because our tour guide was Mayan. And we had just so many questions about the culture and the structure and everything. And you do get a lot more personal attention when you're in a smaller group like that. So we boarded the tour bus and we met our tour guide, Flower. His energy was amazing. He seemed like so much fun and we could tell that we were in for a great time. He was so confident in what he did and we knew it was gonna be a great day. So we all received a sticker so he could keep tabs on us and we took about a 10-minute ride over to the city. Flower stressed to us that it was safe because we were with him and we really needed to stay with him and stay as a group. This was the one and only opportunity we had to do some shopping in the Dominican, and there was a little bit of this and that for everyone. There was touristy type items, there was also hand-carved wood items. It was just a really cool shop with a little bit of everything. My mom even got a necklace here with a stone that was native to the Dominican. If you notice throughout the tour, there are plenty of police all throughout the city kind of escorting the tours through. And I felt so much safer knowing that there was that backup of the Dominican Police Department and Flower and his confidence of knowing where he could take us and where he shouldn't take us. But we really got a taste of the culture without feeling unsafe at any time. And the police here, they had their batons out. They were locked and loaded. They were gonna keep everyone safe. And I kind of liked that they weren't gonna put up with any crap. The whole tour was probably about an hour and a half and it spanned about 4 blocks wide. And we were able to get a lot done in that time. We did some shopping already and we were able to get some authentic coconut water from a native. We were able to mingle with some native Dominicans who were singing songs and bringing the pigeons our way with some food, and we were able to ask them some questions about their culture as well. We were even able to walk around inside of a Catholic church, which was one of the most beautiful churches I had ever seen, and you had an opportunity to stay inside and say some prayers if that's what you wanted to do. We learned about the great deal of history that came behind this church, and then also just about how important it was to the Dominican people. After that, we made our last stop, which was over to the world famous Umbrella Street, which was just absolutely beautiful. This was probably my favorite spot in the whole tour. And we were able to kind of have a little more freedom at this spot. We got an empanada, the kids got an ice cream, and we just took a lot of photos. After this, we wrapped it up and we made our way as a group back to the tour bus where we got back on, and it was time for Monkeyland. It's been a while, but I believe that the drive back to Monkeyland was about 30 minutes and the drive went by quickly because Flower was telling us all about his culture and his family and all of the things that we were interested in about the Dominican. When we got to Monkeyland, we had to put all of our belongings in a locker or leave them on the bus. We had to take off any loose earrings, any sunglasses, anything that the monkeys might grab onto. Then we sat on 2 benches facing each other while we were waiting for the monkeys to come out. So the monkeys came out and they're very food driven. They started feeding them and introducing them to everybody, and they would hand you food to feed the monkeys. This was my kids' choice of excursion, and I had no idea that the monkeys were actually going to be on top of you. And if you're not expecting that, that is what's gonna happen. You will have monkeys on your lap. You will have monkeys in your hair. You will have monkeys down your shirt if you wear a loose shirt. Ask my mom. So if you're not wanting to get up close and personal with the animals, this probably isn't the excursion for you. Everyone just really enjoyed it. The kids still talk about it all the time. My husband, he had fun. He's an animal lover anyway. And my parents, as skeptical as they were, because let's get real, they did this just for the grandkids. They really did have fun. We got some really great photos, had some great laughs, and really just have some amazing memories to take with us. I wasn't looking at my watch, but I think we got about 30 or 45 minutes with the monkeys, and then we headed to the back of the park for yet another authentic Dominican experience. We spent about 30 minutes all together learning about the Dominican food, the Dominican culture. We learned about the Dominican herbal remedies, and we even got to sample some coffee and cocoa. It was a real good time. I believe the entire day was about 4 or 5 hours, and it was the perfect amount of time. Everyone had fun. This was the first time I did kind of the combination excursion, and it did not disappoint. And I think a lot of that was the charisma and energy of the tour guide, Flower. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe. You also might enjoy our video of our excursion swimming with the pigs in Nassau, Bahamas. Have a great day.